Ase ene ewo atom sonko na ne ba Jesus Christo de adom yen ene a Good Friday. Today is a very good day. It's a Good Friday and we thank God for the opportunity to share the word. Senkenya COVID-19 and say a breaky asoria kebian kene by this time yen was sorry. In the yen to me and share na hu behia say for our members we have to do a short video of the message so that you can also have opportunity to hear the word of God. Baby, I will be a message now. What's with your sea bompai? That was the dinner sutum for, and then so be a quiet saying, see wasam. Yes, sir, Radoni Ebekasa won semu. Now, Nam won some subishrayin. We used to Amen. I'll be reading from Matthew chapter 26, then 36 to 50, then I'll read 56. I will try to explain few things from that passage for today. Matthew chapter 26, 36 to 50, and then 56. Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane. He said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little further, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." Then he returned to the disciples and found them sleeping. "Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour?" He asked Peter. "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He went a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible that this cup pass me over, but I drink, your will be done." I will read verse 48. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. "The one I kiss is the man, arrest him." Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and he kissed him. Jesus replied, "Do what you came to do, friend." Then the man stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. Verse 56. But this has all taken place that the writings of the prophet might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. Verse 59. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for false evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death. But they did not find any, though many false witnesses came forward. Therefore, today is a Good Friday, but I'm speaking on the theme, there is an evil day in everyone's life. One time I was asked by a gentleman that why is it that we said today is a Good Friday? Because somebody have died, we are mourning, we have come to church with blacks and red cloth. So why is it that we call it Good Friday? And I gave a simple answer. I said, imagine yourself being taken captive, you are a prisoner or something of that sort, and you have been sentenced to die. Then somebody came and said, "I want to die in the place of this man." So to you, it will be a good day, a day you will never forget, because that day you were set free from your captivity or even that death sentence. You were free from prison. You were taken from prison to be crucified or to be killed. But somebody died in your place. So for that person who is going to die, it might not be a good day. But for you who are being freed from death, it is a good thing. Another scenario is that a car might have an accident. 28 people will die. You will be the only person who will survive. The next Sunday when you go to church, you say, "I'm going for Thanksgiving service." Why? You wear white, you will not wear black. Even though people have died, but for the fact that you were saved, it is a good thing for you. That is why you go to church to thank God. So the Good Friday was good for us as Christians because that day we were supposed to die on the cross. The Bible said that for the wages of sin is death. So we were the people who were supposed to die as a result of our sins, as a result of our iniquities, as a result of the many trespasses we have done against God. But Jesus came to die in our place so that we can be free from the punishment of death. And that is why to us it is a good day, because that day we were saved from death. But to Jesus it was an evil day. So my text for the theme can be found in Matthew chapter 26, and I'll be reading 38. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." So to Jesus, his soul was full. He said that my soul is full of what? Sorrow till death. It wasn't a good day at all. And one side of the Good Friday that I don't want you to lose sight of is that it also tells us that no matter who you are, there is an evil day in your life. Jesus was a good man. The Bible said that wherever he went, he was doing good. He healed the crippled, he raised the dead, fed people, and even put laughter on the mouth of many people. But there comes a time in his life that this man said, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death." And that day will happen to everybody. According to Job chapter 14 verse 2, he said that a man born of woman is of few days and many trouble. So once you are born of a woman, there will be a day that you have no rejoice of. There is a day that you can say, "This is an evil day in my life." A day that you wish it has never happened. A day you wish it had never been recorded by God. Jeremiah cursed the day that he was born. Why? Because of the agony and the troubles he went through. He said that, "Cursed be the day I was born." Job also cursed the day that he was born. And Job said, "I wish this day would be deleted from the days of this world," because it was an evil day. So the first point I want you to understand, there is evil day in everybody's life. Why is it that I said that day was an evil day? It was an evil day for Jesus Christ because a trusted friend betrayed him. The one that betrayed Jesus was part of Jesus' disciple, Judas. According to Bible scholars, all the disciples came from Galilee. It was only Judas Iscariot who came from Judea. So it means that when it came to even brotherliness, we could say that Judas was a brother of Jesus, because they came from the same place. But he was the one that betrayed Jesus. And he did not just betray him just like that. He betrayed him as a friend. So Jesus referred to him and said, "Friend, do what you want to do." Because he came there and kissed Jesus. Most of the time, we see a kiss as a symbol of love. But this time around, a kiss was a sign of betrayal. So he betrayed Jesus by a kiss. Yesu created him for said, even that one didn't push Judas Iscariot. Jesus said, "The one that dipped his hand in the bowl with me will betray me." When Judas asked, "Is it me?" Jesus said, "Yes, it is you." Yes, still, he betrayed Jesus. So it was an evil day. It was an evil day for Jesus because according to verse 56, Matthew chapter 26, verse 56 said, the disciple deserted him and fled. All the other disciples also fled. The most serious of them all was the case of Peter. Peter have stood before his master and said, "I will never deny you. Even when it comes to the point of death, I will die with you." When a young lady asked Peter, "Are you part of Jesus' disciples?" He said no. He left that fire, went to another fire, to warm himself. They asked him the same question. He left. He went to the third fire. They said, even your accent tells us that you belong to Jesus. He said that curse be unto me if I know that man. He even cursed himself that he doesn't know Jesus. And the Bible said that right afterwards, Peter have done that. The cock crowed. And Jesus just turned to Peter, and Peter remembered that Jesus have warned him that he will deny him 3 times before the cock crows. So Peter denied Jesus. The trusted people who even swear to him that they will not deny him, and it was an evil day. Another thing we can also say about Jesus' day, which makes it an evil day, was the fact that the Bible said that he cried that, my God, why have you deserted me? You know, Jesus have been working with the Father. He said that I do what the Father is doing. So he have constant relationship with God. God have never left his son alone. But there comes a time on the day of his need, the day that he needed God most. He cried out, Father, why have you deserted me? Because he could not hear from God. The heavens were closed so far as Jesus was concerned. So he even cried that the Father had deserted him. He was alone on the cross, and that was not a good day. I mean, if the people that he could trusted on earth have deserted him, let his heavenly Father back him. But here is the case. Account people will say, he did not hear from God from heaven, and here on earth too, the disciples he could trust, they too have left. It was an evil day. It was a day of agony and pain. In the morning, they have whipped Jesus Christ, 39 lashes. Blood was oozing Jesus Christ. He had no even hand to clean himself or whatever. No one came there to rescue him. Meanwhile, he was the person who had been healing the sick and had been feeding the people. But he had no one to help him. It was an evil day because the people were paying him back with evil. They were the people who he healed. The people were those that he fed, and they were the people who shouted that crucify him. Of course, if somebody have done you good, you don't pay the person with evil. But the crowd shouted that he should be crucified. It was an evil day. It was an evil day because according to Matthew chapter 26, when I read 59, the Bible said that he was accused falsely. People opt out that we want to accuse this man, and accusations were false. But nobody will listen to Jesus' side of the story. So Jesus even kept quiet. He kept quiet. The Bible said that they asked him so many questions, he kept quiet. They slapped him, they will ask, who slapped you? And Jesus kept quiet. Not that he didn't know. He could have mentioned the names of those people. He could have given answer to some of the accusation, but he decided to keep silence. I want to tell you something. There is an evil day in everybody's life. A day that your trusted friend can betray you. A day that somebody you trusted so much with your business will squander all the money and then collapse the business. A day that somebody you have helped so much will stand up and betray you to a public or to other people. So please expect that day to happen in your life. It can be a day that you lose a bosom friend or your mother or your father. Your father, who have been taking care of the family, have been providing all your needs, he will go to work and he will never return. All that you hear is that your father had an accident and he could not survive. It happened to somebody when I was in Simpa. I think the guy works with one of the telecommunication, and he have gone to work and there was a PTA meeting, so he said he wanted to attend the PTA meeting at Tarkwa. So he was going from Tarkwa to Tarkwa. When he got to Simpa, there was a pothole in the midst of the road, and then he wanted to swerve, and he had a collision with another car coming. The man was dressed in suit with a tie. He died at the spot. They called and they informed the people. They said, Do you know this man? He said, yeah, he works at this company. They said the man have had accident, but he couldn't survive. He died at the spot. Leaving Tarkwa around 9 o'clock. By 9:30, the man was dead and gone. It was an evil day for the workers, evil day for the wife and the children. Because the person they expected, the one who was a breadwinner for the family, who had been providing for the family, that person could not survive that accident. Nothing happened. He just died like that because of an accident. It was an evil day. And there is an evil day in everybody's life. This day will never, the wife will never forget this particular day in her life till she is buried. That on this same date, my husband was traveling for PTA meeting and he could not make it. My dear brothers and sisters, I'll be coming your way again, the same topic, but I want to assure you, knowing that there is an evil day should tell you that you should prepare for it. So what Jesus did, he knew there was an evil day. So he went to Gethsemane to pray for strength. The Bible said that when he had finished praying, angels attended unto him. They strengthened him. So one day your mother can die, your father can die, you can lose your job. You will be down with sicknesses that the doctors will tell you chances of living is 50-50. Anything can happen in everybody's life. It doesn't matter who you are. So this day was good for us, but to Jesus it was an evil day because of the agony he went through. And it is there to teach us a lesson that one day we will also go through a day we have no happiness, a day that our heart will be full of sorrow, a day that we regret that we were born. But it is my prayer that God bears you up, so that when that day comes, he equip you, strengthen you enough, so that when that day comes, you receive grace to go through without sinning against God. May God richly bless you. Amen.